What's going on, guys? I am Mathematics, and today I wanted to do a little character overview of Dudley, also known as Dudders or Young Diddles. So 5's coming out in like 2 weeks, so I'm not going to do a super in-depth tutorial for the character, but I wanted to do kind of like a general character overview, similar to what I did with Faye, where I just kind of talk about some of the character's tools and how I feel they're played most effectively. So, Dudley is a super frame trap heavy, high damage risk reward character. He also has a very strong whiff punishing game. So he very much rewards a strong understanding of footsies and neutral game, and that when you get in, you make it count. You know what I mean? If Dudley knocks you down, he can go for this low combo starter, which if you have one bar, you can go into his bread and butter combo off of this low. That goes into machine gun blow, into ducking straight, or you can do ducking upper for more damage. So he can get a combo off the low. He has this overhead, which combos into the machine gun blow, into the duck straight. You can 2 bars, EX up upper. That's like 370 damage. So almost 400 damage off of one overhead for 2 bars. And Dudley, if he gets in, he'll do block strings like, a bunch of jabs, and like some forward medium kick. This kidney blow is a very good tool to move forward. But when he's forcing you to block all these things, he's also gaining a lot of meter. So I'm going to put my meter to normal and just waste a little bit of bar. Just like typically if Dudley gets in, right? So I'm going to have him like block, and I'm going to do a block string. So boom, boom, boom. And then maybe I end it with like a fierce or something, right? So I'll do like this, end it with a fierce. I just built a ton of bar off of that. Maybe like a third of a bar off of one block string. Now if I hit you, let's say, I build pretty much half a bar, maybe a little bit less. So Dudley is a character that gets a ton of meter off of a lot of situations. So you don't really have to be afraid of using his bar, to like combo into this or anything like that. Or maybe let's say you wanted to do like an FADC combo. That's totally an option as well. Red Focus is also viable, especially off of the forward fierce. That's a good tactic that a lot of Dudley players use. Because in general, he doesn't necessarily have the strongest, like, yo, you have no answers to my footsie game tools, because this button is very whiff punishable. But the good thing about that is that he has the forward fierce, which lunges him forward, which is a totally different amount of range that you have to respect. For his stand fierce, you have to respect about this much range. I mean, he moves forward when he does it, so if they're just like, spamming it, eventually you'll move closer, right? So it's about like right here. Yeah, so it's like right here is the range that you have to respect. Ooh, maybe a little bit further. Right here. Oh, yo, Dudley. Yeah, so it's like right there is kind of where you want to stand to respect that. But this thing, boom, this shit is like half screen, bro. Look at that shit. Shit hits from so far away. And if you hit it like meaty, you can combo off it as well. Let me see if I can do that. Do the combo. The point is, it's totally possible. Yeah, especially on like wake up. That's like easily comboed into a jab. And you can also cancel it into a red focus for a full combo. That's 400 damage. So it's definitely, if you can get a punish with that, it's definitely really good damage. But in general, if you're looking to pick up Dudley, or you're a Dudley player and you're wondering, okay, how can I be more like Smug? Because Smug is ridiculous. Well, the thing that makes Smug so ridiculous is not just his crazy knowledge of Dudley and crazy situational knowledge of like what combo should I do in all of these different situations. That is the first half of what makes Smug so godlike. I'm going to say that's like 60 or 70% of what makes Smug so ridiculously good with Dudley. The other 30-40% is that Smug has really good footsies. I mean, this dude is whip punishing all day with that stand roundhouse into machine gun blow, or crouch strong into something. His OSs are also really good. He'll do this OS, where if you backdash, he uses stand strong, I believe, and that will catch a lot of characters' backdashes. I don't know how I can make him backdash in 4. Anyways, I've seen Smug use that OS. Well, he'll do this into like stand jab or stand strong, and if you backdash, it'll catch you, and he can do like a ducking into a combo. Or you could also, stand fierce. There's tons of options that Dudley has to blow up different tendencies that different players have. That's what makes Dudley so scary as a character. So if you're looking to play Dudley, you want to use his tools like this, ducking under, to get past fireballs. Right, so like, let's say Evil Ryu, right? He's throwing fireballs at me. I'm Dudley, I'm like, damn, I want to get in. I don't have a lot of tools to get in, but I can just dash under that fireball. And now he has to really think about the fireballs that he's throwing. Because I can do it close like that, now I'm in. You know what I mean? And you can pretty reliably react with that. And the EX one gets you in even faster. That was a punish on this fireball. Whoops. Right, and now I got a combo. I could have done roundhouse as well. Like that. So that's a really good anti-fireball tool that Dudley has. Kind of going back to Dudley's footsie game, if people are whiffing buttons in your face like that, and you're Dudley, yo, you can make it happen. 100% with stand roundhouse. Yeah, in the machine gun blow, and then whatever combo you want to do after, right? So these are all the things that Dudley players should look for if they want to try to get damage. You know what I mean? If you're playing in the game, you're like, okay, how do I beat my opponent? You have all of these different tools to deal with different situations. And the hard part with having all of these different tools is knowing when to use which one in which situation. It's kind of similar to Yun, and why Yun is such an incredibly capable and dangerous character, but he's also considerably difficult to play because he has all of these different tools and all these different options that have to be used correctly. And if they're not used correctly, it's very easy to lose. And I think that's where Smug and Kazunoko and other players of these very high risk-reward characters, why they do so well and why a lot of other people will struggle with the same characters in similar situations, is that they have such a great knowledge and understanding of risk-reward. And like, if you eat 50% of your health to get in against Evil Ryu as Dudley, as long as you get this, or this, or this, it could be worth it. Because now you have them knocked down. If they DP for no bar in the corner, that's 350 damage, pretty much. And I mean, against Evil Ryu, that's like almost half his health bar. You know what I mean? And if Dudley wants to spend a bar, his damage opens up even more. I'm not even sure what max damage for Dudley would be. It'd probably be upper after that instance. But the point is, you can make it happen. If somebody guesses wrong, not even if they want to DP in those instances, now they have to deal with overhead or low. Anytime they have to block against Dudley, they always have to be aware of the threat of overhead or low. Because even from over here, Dudley can sweep you, right? And you're like, wow, okay, I don't want to get swept since he's so far away, so I'm going to crouch. But from over here, Dudley can also overhead you. And that shit will hit, and he can combo, and it can be party time for him and lose his bracket for you. So, like, it comes back to knowing how to open up your opponent and knowing when to use which options in which situations. And that's it's a skill that's really hard to see. You know, like, okay, how am I improving in this? You know, like, how do you gauge that? That's the really difficult part about it. But working on that understanding of risk reward is going to really help you elevate your game, no matter what character you're playing. If it's Dudley, if it's Ryu, if it's Fei Long, if it's Jury, any character, your knowledge of risk reward will stop you from getting hit by other people. Let's say you're playing against a T-Hawk, and they're like, look, I just need this jump in Ultra 1, and then it's going to be party time for me. And, you know, if you know the only way this dude wins is from jumping Ultra 1, then you jump. You jump out of that, or you backdash, or you do whatever stops that. But if your knowledge of risk reward is kind of lower, and you're like, okay, how is he going to win? I don't know what he wants to do. Then you can kind of run into sticky situations. So that's why I would kind of liken Dudley to Fei Long and Geef and T-Hawk and Abel, all these high damage, high momentum based characters where they're like, okay, if I get in, I win. And if you keep me out, I lose. But all I need to do is get in once, and I can get the win. And that's kind of the mindset that I think is the most beneficial when playing Dudley, since he has all these different tools, and he can frame trap you with his target combos as well. Nobody knows the frame data on those. Are you kidding me? Dudley mains don't even know the frame data. They're just like, yeah, dude, I do this. Sometimes I press buttons. Sometimes I get a counter hit and get the combo, get the win. So, yeah, man. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of repeating myself, but really the point to drive home is Dudley is a frame trap, flitsy-based risk-reward character with ridiculous damage output. And I'm going to throw in a combo on the end with Viper that's like hella dumb. And it's like super cool. And it's kind of like an example of Dudley using unconventional means to get damage. And basically a little spoiler is that it's based off this concept, where if you use ducking EX upper as an anti-air, you can get some crazy juggles on your opponents. So yeah, I think that's probably going to be the video. Thank you guys very much for watching. I've been Salarathmatics, and I'll see you guys in Street Fighter 5. Alright, peace.